Hey all, welcome to this week's Top 10 here at CIOPCC. We're going to look at one of my 112 collective collections this week. As you know, I keep them separated into three different kind of categories. One is the Marvel and DC stuff. So while this is licensed stuff, it's all Marvel and DC. On this side, we have all the DC. It wraps around this way over here. I'm actually missing a couple DC figures. The Black Mask set. And the very first one. And then Marvel comes around this side. Marvel I'm complete on. I am trying to be a completist on the 112 collective, although it is pretty hard. Any of the collectors will attest. Now over here we have some of the Rumble Society, and that's mostly over around on this side, and that's the other major group, the Rumble Society. And then we're going to talk about my top 10 and the other third and final group I call other licensed figures. So that includes anything, including licenses that are really old, like the Shadow, etc., and brand new stuff, but licensed stuff that's not Marvel or DC. And in the number 10 spot, I'm picking this Judge Dredd right here in the black and white. They did 4 different versions of the bike. I have 3 of them. They did a number of Judge Dredd. You'll notice the one up there on the top shelf, but it's the black and white one. I really like that color scheme. I know it's not accurate to the figure or the show or the comic, but, you know, I happen to like it. So that's number 10. Number 9 is going to be one of their horror offerings, Predator. There were some complaints when this guy came out. I think he's a terrific figure. He's got a lot of shelf presence. He is posable. Really nice sculpting. So the Predator gets number 9. Early on, they did Star Trek. And I am deeply disappointed that that did not continue. But this Spock, which you'll see 2 of there, one is the Toy Fair one and one was the regular release, is an amazing head sculpt. Really beautiful work. I really wish we had seen them continue with the Star Trek license. That would have been fantastic. Number 7 is Popeye. And of the 3 Popeyes there, the one I have dressed in the yellow slicker, that's my favorite. The white suit with the yellow slicker. You could like any of them, though. They are a terrific line. They came with a bunch of really cool accessories. And obviously, this is one of those old-timey licenses, specifically for us old people. Number 6, Conan. Now we got Conan here on the left. That's the King Conan, the second version they did. It's the one on the right here that I'm going to pick. He had a ton of accessories too, but he's a little bit more from a visual standpoint, stripped down original Conan. And he gets the number 6 spot. I think he's a terrific figure. They've done plenty of horror, and now you're going to see some more of that horror. Number 5 is Freddy. Look at that portrait. That's a terrific portrait. It's an excellent costume. He came with some great accessories. He's another wonderful example of their horror figures, which, by the way, we're going to finish out. All 5 of the top 5 are horror. Number 4 is a little modern horror. We go from the 80s to something a bit more modern with the recent Pennywise. Fantastic costume and head sculpts. This is my favorite Pennywise. It outdoes the Hot Toys one. I really like this one. That's number 4. Number 3 is my favorite Leatherface in my entire collection, and I have quite a few in multiple scales, but this Leatherface. This beautiful head sculpts, excellent costuming for this scale, and you had multiple options between the head sculpts and the costume pieces that you could go with. Number 2 is going to be Frankenstein. As a huge Universal Monsters fan, really love this. This is also another line. You can see they only did the 2 Frankensteins with the diorama. I would have loved to see this get a little more juice than it did, but at least we got Frankenstein, or Frankenstein's monster, depending on how you want to look at it. But the number 1 is Nosferatu. This is a fantastic figure. He remains like one of my very favorite overall 112 figures. I need to get the second one, the Symphony of Horror. Symphony, what the heck is the name of that one? I'll think of it in a minute. The second release, unfortunately, I missed out on, so that's one that's high on my list to pick up. But Nosferatu there, he gets my number 1. His coffin's back behind him there, you notice. He gets my number 1 spot. So, there you have it. my top 10 112 Collective other licensed figures. Let me know what your favorites are. And until Wednesday when we do another favorite collection, you have a great week.